Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 8, Episode 12, the finale. Child, we have made it. Do y'all hear me? We have made it. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Listen, next week when they have the season, well, they already had the season finale, but when they have the reunion part 1, please meet me live immediately following at 8:15. Okay, probably 8:30. We gonna see. I think probably 8:30 because I need to make sure I have my notes and everything so we can get into a live review. Now, child, let's get into this episode. When the episode first opens up, everyone meets for the final gathering. Okay, Janelle, got the little side part flip over. Okay, it's giving something. It's giving refreshed. Okay, because you was combing out that middle part, honey. I don't know if that's the same bundle or what, but it's looking good. So anywho, everyone is eating. They're having like their final little mixer. Marie is trying to get his final moments with Katarina. And over on the other side, Quentin and Jessica, they're talking about Janelle being the only one left for Quentin. And he's like, yeah, Janelle has been up there since day one. And, I've dated older women before. But if you would have asked me if I wanted to date a 42-year-old, no, I do not. Okay, so what older women have you dated? 1 year older? What are you talking about? Boy, please hush. So then Tommy arrives for his final round of applause and tells them it's the ladies' turn to introduce the men to their families. And, after that, they can meet on the bridge and whatnot. So after he leaves, Phil and Aries, they're talking, and she tells him that she's happy that he's given her some grace, especially with the passing of her dad. She said, some days people can look at her for too long and the wind could blow the wrong way and she could just start crying. And as she was stating that, I was just thinking, maybe this was not the opportune time for Aries to be on a show to find love because she's grieving. And oftentimes, when you're going through something as serious as that and something that affects you deeply emotionally, now is not the time to invite another person into your space because mentally, maybe you're not able to handle what comes along with a new person. So when she said that, I was like, girl, maybe you shouldn't have come on the show. It's too early. Outside of that, she was just telling him, that she's been very intentional with them. Even though they do have this chemistry where they can just look across the room at each other and, we see each other, she's not sure if they have what it takes. Child, we gonna see. Moving forward. In the next scene, Janelle has Quentin meeting her cousin Courtney. Uh-oh. Last time I met a cousin Courtney and I was introduced to them through the TV, they had me side-eyeing them. Courtney, please don't be like cousin Skeeter over there on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Please come in, sit down, act like you got some sense. And Janelle, I'm so happy not to see you in that little bitty dress you like to wear. The ones with the little straps. I'm so happy, honey. Baby, that flip over got you acting brand new. Do you hear me, honey? Rip you out the plastic. You've been acting brand new. Because, baby, if I had to see you come into another sit down with Quentin in that little bit of matronly dress, I was going to be pissed. But you brought out something new, so it's all right. So then Quentin arrives. So he sits down. Quentin, what is going on? Do you not know the size of the clothes that you should be wearing? Do you not know? Like, what's with these little ankles? What's with these little bitty ankles out? Like, I don't like the length of these breeches. I really don't. I do not like the length of these breeches, honey. You're going to have to get it together. So anyway, he comes in, he sits down. The cousin immediately asks how old he is. He says 34. He asks how he feels about that. With him being younger than Janelle. He was like, we don't really think about age until someone says it. Quentin, stop that line. You definitely think about age. You just don't say it out loud because you are afraid that Janelle gonna bite your head off. You definitely think about age. You just got through telling Jessica, do I want to date someone 42? Probably not. But you don't think about age? Okay. So then as they're talking, the cousin is asking him questions and asking him about family and if he wants children. And then he drops the bomb and says that he wants 3 kids. And Janelle is looking at him like, absolutely not. Okay. In her confessional, she said, I can't do no 3 kids. 3? Baby, I am 41, soon to be 42. What I look like giving you 3 kids? We would have to get married like as soon as we meet at the bridge. And on top of that, I didn't sign up for 3 kids. I mean, I can give you 1.5. Now, girl, how you have a half of a baby? Girl, what are you saying? Girl, what you talking about? He was like, yeah, I want to be a dad real bad. Now, for me, when he said that, that was no shocker to me. How I know more about Quentin than you know, Janelle. It wasn't a shocker to me because if y'all remember, initially upon meeting Lee in that red dress at that initial mixer, he told her that he wanted 3 boys. And she was like, I want 3 boys. And they realized they had a lot in common. You over here playing around with Janelle and her flip over wig when you could have been over there with Lee actually cultivating a relationship on things that matter. Okay, so I mean, she don't want to have no 3 kids and you want to be a dad real bad. So what you gonna do? I mean, it just was not a shock to me. But Janelle looked so taken aback. So after he leaves, she's like, yeah, 3 kids is a hard no. In my house, 3 children running around? Absolutely not. We talked about kids, but we didn't talk about a number. Now, when she said that, I was thinking to myself, now who in their right mind talks about kids and doesn't say, how many do you want right after that? So I'm just talking to you about kids. Oh, I want kids too. So you want to have sex? Like, what did you say after that? Because me, if someone is talking to me about them wanting to have children and I'm in a relationship with them, well, I want to have 2. How many do you want to have? Well, I want to have 17. Oh, well, baby, that's not going to work for me. Okay, my vagina cannot open up 17 times. It's not going to work. That's what you would normally say. So y'all talked about kids, but not the number. Y'all ain't talking about nothing, child. It's not going to work. Moving forward. Y'all stop wasting time and be very for real right now. Be very for real. She's 41. You want 3 kids. So let's do the math. 41 divided by 2, carry the 1, multiply by 3, and divide the 2 of you up. Get away from each other. Apollo, go away from me with this. Child, anyway. In the next scene, Katarina is having her cousin, Monica, meet Marie. Maybe this season love to bring a cousin, don't they? So before he gets there, the cousin is asking all kinds of questions like, what's going on? Does he have a child? And so Kat was like, yeah, he has 1 son. She's like, girl, you're too cute to be a stepmother. So she's telling her, well, he co-parents very well with his child's mother. She said, well, how well does he co-parent? Well, according to that TikTok, very well. And you know what? I don't think that it's a bad thing that he co-parents well with his child's mother. I'd rather have a man that I know is involved in his child's life and that has a respectful relationship with the child's mother versus one that tells you she crazy, Sean, let me see my kids. I didn't think that was a negative. Okay, and Katarina is not too cute to be somebody's stepmama, child. She the one signed up for Marie and his suits and his ankles and his overalls and all that. She signed up for that. Okay, I'm just saying. And cousin, just relax. Okay, just relax, child. So Marie arrives dressed all wrong. Marie, what do you be? Marie, don't piss me off. Marie, don't piss me off. What do you be putting on? What is wrong with you? So her cousin is asking the questions when he sits on down or whatever it is he got on. And he brings up him wanting dual citizenship. And so she was asking how Katarina fits into that. He said, well, she likes to travel. So, of course, she's going to come with me. So the cousin is looking at Katarina like, girl, you ain't going nowhere. When did you say you want to go? Say what now? So the cousin does not want her to go. Marie is telling her, that his son is going to come and live with him when he's 12. So Monica was like, so he's going to live with you? Like, what? And so he said, yeah, me and his mom, we do everything together. We make decisions together. We figure out things together. Baby, that cousin is not having it. She was like, it's like y'all are still together, no? Girl, no, it's not like they're still together. So Marie said, no, but it's for my son. Like, we've been split up for 7 years. It ain't happening. Me and her, we are not doing that. So then she asked him if his son said that he didn't like Katarina and didn't like her vibe, then what? He said, well, I mean, first of all, we're going to have some respect in my house and you ain't grown and you don't make the decisions. Now, that's where you lost me. I hear that. I do. And this is my take. It doesn't have to be everyone else's. But for me, at the same time, if my child is not feeling a person, then I have to reevaluate if it's going to work for me because my child's feelings are very important to me. So if my son came to me and said, Mom, it's something about that man that I don't like. It's something about him that makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to be like, you a child, you better stay in a child place. No, I'm going to be like, okay, well, let's get to the root of that. And while we get into the root, he gonna have to find somewhere else to go. That's why I'm staying single till my son gets older, because, I want to make sure I take into account how he's feeling about certain things. So then she asked, what if the child's mother said she didn't like Katarina's vibe and didn't want Katarina around her child? So he said that he's in control over the situation and he's in control over his child's mother. Well, baby, what'd he say that for? Now, Katarina did not care that he said control. Basically, Katarina head be in the clouds, child. She don't even know if she on TV, child. She don't know what's going on. She didn't care nothing about that. But her cousin definitely did not like the word control. So while all that is going on, she then asked him to stand up so she can see the height difference. Now, for me, I thought that was rude as hell. Like, I wasn't really feeling her cousin. I just wasn't really feeling her. She was giving me Dion from Clueless. Now, Clueless used to be one of my favorite movies in the 90s, but it was given as if. Like, it was just giving... It was giving Clueless vibes, honey. I was so annoyed. I was like, oh, that cousin is annoying me, honey. Now, she asking some questions and whatnot, but really nothing was really too pertinent. I was like, girl, goodbye, good night. Maria better than me, because I would have remained seated. I'm not getting up. For what? You're not about to embarrass me because your cousin standing tall, honey. She knew she was tall when she asked me to carry on and start dating, honey. We know she's tall and I'm little. So she asked if the height difference bothered him, and he was like, nah, I can climb trees. I said, okay, little bitto. Okay, little bitto. He did. He handled it well, though. He really did. So then the line of questioning continued. So then she asked him, what's the deciding factor for you? He said, I really can't find a red flag with either one. This cousin is a red flag. Baby, she gonna be all in y'all mix. And she came off to me a little bit judgy. I don't know. It's giving, oh my God, he lives there? Girl, we don't go to that side of town. Are you serious? I don't know. It just gave me that, y'all, and I don't like it. Side note, when Maria went to leave, though, and hugged Katarina, why did he look like he represented the Lollipop Guild? I said, what the hell? Maria, you ain't never been that little in any scene. Baby, when Kat stood up, I think it's because Kat had her heels on, baby. And that's a tall drink of water, honey, giving very much Naomi Campbell legs. But baby, when she stood up and Maria went to hug her and his head touched her bosom, I said, oh, baby, this right here is a fool. Her cousin was not impressed at all, and I was not either. Moving forward. Oh, and Katarina, you don't like Maria. In the next scene, Aries has Phil meeting her mom and her sister Kim. Aries, your mama is beautiful, girl. I see where you get it from. She get it from her mama. Oh, where she get her eyes from? She get it from her mama. Shout out to Juvenile. Finally, a mom and a sibling. Because I was like, where are y'all folks? On past seasons, we met the mom. We going to meet the mom if we don't do nothing else. We met the mom. We met the dad. We met the brother. But it's just cousin. So I was happy to see a mom and a sibling. So Phil came with flowers, which I thought was very thoughtful. And so he sits down, and so the mom jumps right in, and she asks him about his leadership qualities. And he was like, well, I want Aries' input because she's too smart not to get her input. I don't want to just make the decisions alone. I want to kind of piggyback off of her. But Phil, they asked you about your leadership qualities. How can you lead in the relationship? I'm all for you asking her opinion. Don't get me wrong. I'm down for it. But how are you going to lead her? Phil, baby, that was the wrong answer. Don't nobody want to hear nothing about no piggybacking, because it seems like you're resting on her to make the final decision. They want to know, how can she fall back and allow you to do what it is you need to do? Is she going to be able to rest, or is she still going to have to make all the decisions? Like, Phil, no. Okay. So then she asked him if he attended church. He said no. She asked if he believed in God. He said yes, but he practices Buddhism. And she was like, well, we're Christians. So how is that going to work? And of course, he felt judged. He then says, that he didn't mind praying, and he's prayed over the food before. She's like, okay, so you don't mind praying over it today. So he prayed over the food. But I'm like, who exactly are you praying to? I was a little bit confused right there. But once he started getting those questions, he felt defeated. And he felt like, her mom had already kind of written him off, because he felt like the mom was thinking, oh, he didn't say in Jesus' name we pray, amen, or he didn't say this, or he didn't say that. So he felt like the mom was kind of judging him a little bit. So Phil brings up that he likes to do comedy. Mama wanted to know about the financials. How are your bank accounts set up? So her sister Kim looks at him and goes, well, are those jokes financially lucrative? He said, well, not when you first get back into it. Nah, not really. Sir, we do not have time to hang out down to the comic view. Are you making some coinage or not? Honey, who is listening to the jokes? Is it down to the improv? Like, where I know it ain't no Def Comedy Jam special, honey, because they pay top dollar for those, honey. They make them in your size when you got the coins. But where exactly are you telling these jokes? You down there hanging with Red? Because Red was a comedian, a DJ, a cook, or baby, Red was doing it all. Phil. Now, I've been trying to rock with you. I really have. But, sir, what is going on? Phil expected to be able to charm his way through this meetup, and he was not able to do it because that mama saw straight through him, and he wasn't fooling her. And he already knew that mama was not impressed with him at all. So when he left, her mom was like, he too old for that. Talking about he gonna be a comedian. When you say you're ready to love, then you're saying you're ready to take on another person. And I have to agree with her mama because Aries has 2 young boys. Granted, they have a father, but sir, what is this? Is this the reinvention you were talking about? We never got a clear and concise answer as to what Philip does and how he would be able to make Aries feel safe. And also, I was thinking about this, y'all. With the passing of her father, I think she was feeling vulnerable and she needed someone to not replace her dad, but she needed to feel safe with the person that she chose and feel like, hey, I'm without my dad now, but I know this man right here has me. And Phil was not giving it. He was giving skinning and grinning. Now, granted, Phil seems like a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. He seems cool. But baby, it just ain't gonna work. In the next scene, Jessica in her little black dress and her cousin, it's Mercole? Yeah, I think that's her name. Mercole, they meet Marie. Now, Jess with the mess, you overdressed to meet Marie. Marie shows up dressed in this candy cane striped short set with his knees out looking a fool. Marie, now I just asked you in that other scene to not piss me off. You have taken me there. Why do you have on this? What is this? Baby Marie say if he gonna be soulful if he don't do nothing else. So when he arrives, her cousin asks how he felt about, her being a boss. And he said, well, I like it from one boss to another. Sir, please. I need to see the last 2 years worth of tax returns because I don't know what you bossing around. What exactly do you do? So Jessica was just basically saying, even though she's a boss, sometimes she wants to take a back seat to being in charge. Oh, okay. So I guess it wasn't off the table just with certain people. Okay, that was interesting to me. So then she asked him his short-term goals, and he said to start a restaurant again. So I was wondering, is the restaurant going to be in Ghana or here or both? Maria, you all over the place. You want to move to Ghana, get full custody of your son at 12, but his mom lives in the U.S., so how is he going to see his mom? Is his mom going to come or is he going to come here? You want to start a restaurant all while sleeping till noon. What is going on? What is going on? Okay, I can see it. No, I'm just kidding. Baby, at this point, this is a scripted comedy for me. I know it's scripted, honey. It's just giving foolishness. So it's not really anything I can take seriously. He did say that he wants to be married in the worst way in like the next 2 or 3 years. And if Jessica's ready, they can go down to the courthouse right now. I mean, it did seem like it was going well. And I'm not going to be too hard on Marie and Jessica. Maybe it's a thing. I don't know. So she asked if he had another connection. He did say yes, but he said his strongest connection was with Jessica. The fact that Marie has this power is so funny to me. He probably ain't never had this many women vying for his attention all at once. Baby, he hit the jackpot on this show. Do you hear me? The jackpot. 18 singles started out on this journey, and by the end of it, they have worked my central nervous system. So Tommy shows back up because we have gone through the 3 dates, meeting the family. Well, the 4 dates because Marie had 2 people. And let's see who's ready to love. So they start to do this flashback of the season. And as I was watching it, I was like, not them showing a flashback of this lady getting cussed out. Child, On has absolutely no respect for women. Do you hear me? So it's time for them to meet up on the bridge, child. Philip shows up, ready to avoid talking about stability. Aries got her little New Year's Eve sequin gown on. Now, why this man gonna greet her talking about, what's up? Sir, don't greet her like that. How about a nice compliment? That would have been good. And clearly he ain't like that dress because he's talking about nice shoes. These people ignorant. Not nice shoes, child. Over on the other side, Quentin in his two small, little, ill-fitting suits. Baby, these suits are giving Hotel a run for his money. Now, Martell over on Huntsville, baby, he gonna put on a little bit of suit, but he gonna hang it right. This suit right here is giving Quentin a wedgie. You can see his ankles, his socks, the bone in his ankles, honey, and it's just crunching and bunching all in the wrong places. It's just a fool. Do you hear me? So he meets up with Janelle in her little black dress in the grass. I feel like she did look pretty. At least he complimented her when she walked up. But baby, they were standing so far apart. I was like, what in the social distancing is happening here? I mean, they were standing, she was over here in my room and he all the way in the grass. So I said, what is going on? Back over with Phil and Aries. He's over there speaking his speech. He gives her this special gift of a baseball with a heart stitched into it because of her dad's love for baseball. And she said that it was very sweet because her dad used to play professional baseball. And that's when it all made sense. Her dad was a provider. And so she's looking for that in Philip. And Philip is offering jokes, honey. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I did feel like that was a very special and thoughtful gift. He did choose her, but Aries' face seemed a little bit concerned. So then they pan over to Maurier. You know, he got two choices. Maurier shows up dressed like Pastor such and such. I was like, boy, he's choosing between Katarina and Jessica. So then Jessica and her feathers, they arrive on the bridge. Maurier gave her this little speech and lets Jessica know that he chooses her. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of happy for the pastor and the first lady because he was smitten with her in earlier episodes. And here she is standing on this bridge in front of him. Okay, so y'all passed the collection plate. I'm just saying. I thought back on it because I was like, I do not know how Maurier got here. But then I remember back to some earlier episodes and Jessica walked in the room and Maurier just lit up saying how pretty she was and how impressed he was with her. So I think that he really did like Jessica. So baby, they here together. So child, it is what it is, honey. We all know ain't nothing gonna be happening after this. It's gonna go down to the reunion. Everybody ain't gonna be talking to each other. Back over with Quentin and Janelle, he tells her that he chooses her. And now he gonna get in a confessional talking about, you know, I can adopt and, you know, I care more about the person than having kids. I call cap. You are choosing Janelle, but it's because she's the only person left to choose. You did not change your mind on kids that quick. Like, and I don't think you're going to be able to have none anyway, the way you suffocating your man parts in these britches you got on, child. I was like, baby, if somebody don't get over there and pull that little wedgie out of his butt, them pants were so tight. I said, what is going on? Back over with Aries and Phil. She tells him that, you know, the concerns that she has won't allow her to continue. So she chooses herself. I knew it. I told y'all last week. I said, let's get on down to the end and the finale and see who's going to choose themselves. And I think it's going to be Aries. I knew it. She said that she needs to be able to respect her man. And just the things that were swirling around in her head allowed her not to be able to choose him. So he gets in a confessional, baby, because he pissed. He said, you know, with the respect thing, now it's down to the respect. And I sure don't want to, you know, a woman that don't respect me. I don't want no parts of that. So she can go on. Dang, Phil. There's some sensitive men on this season, honey. Don't be like that. Phil has a sensitive side to him and his feelings get hurt easily. Now, I think Aries is nice, but I also think she can take it there if need be. I really do. I can see a little spark in her to get you all the way together. And her family on top of that. Nah, he wouldn't be able to take that because he already thinks the family doesn't like him, which they don't. And with her saying that she needs to be able to respect him and keep asking about his change, and he feel like he ain't gonna be able to do what he needs to do, and he don't want to explain the financials, it was never gonna work. Back over with Jessica and Maurier. Jessica is telling Maurier she's happy that they worked through the religion. They were able to talk through it and she has a safe space, so she chooses him. I don't buy it because he kissed her everywhere but her lips. I'm not buying it. And she wants a big family, and he's happy with his one child. And she has a whole thriving business here in the U.S., and he wants to move over to Ghana. It's an alliance. Last but not least, Janelle and Quentin. She tells him that she feels like he gets her, and she appreciates how he allows her to be her. So she chooses him. She said that they had been waiting for that kiss this whole time. Child, please. That man ain't been waiting on no kiss. Y'all been kissing. Y'all been kissing. Child, let's cue the theme music and meet me down to the reunion. Here we go.
So it took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. Oh, now I'm ready. I'm ready to love you.
And on that note, it's a wrap. Y'all meet me next Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right after the show goes off, so we can get into the live reunion part 1. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.